Oh, I wanted to talk about something that's very obvious, the, the in plain sight, the overwhelm that has went on through having disconnected from God, basically. I mean, what shady fucking words those are. And thanks a lot. Let's get back to the possibility that there is God in human form. A lot of people would like to think that they were made in God's image, and that's fine. So then, but the reality of religions is here, and it's, I find, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, that's for sure. Pardon the pun, didn't they make it all about that too, right? The baby Jesus, and really that's just, yeah. It's either that or now we have this image of these thorns. Just now, why are we bringing this up, Shauna? Neptune, square Mars. Neptune in Pisces period being at the 29th degree, going back to 28, and it's just this really full cup of that Piscean age where it's like all these stories do come up, very illusory. Basically, it's just a big storytelling medium that ultimately, is it using people, or did it use a book, or does it use a church, or is it an electrical current, or just gunpowder? And also like this, no, it's a television set. It's a, what is it now? It's a printing press. It's a story. Yeah, it's a story. There's many stories. But if they are just like clouds, right? Clouds, what is it? Well, it makes you think, does it? We'll talk about a cloud now. Thought? Woo! Are you okay? No, because look at it. I'm sitting on my hands like Christian Emirte does, who would ask the audience, why do we need leaders? Why do we need someone to give us a version of like what God is and how to live? Like there's the main head, it seems, but really no, isn't there a fine line, right? Because it's like, well, what are you talking about, John? Isn't there a pecking order or something? And of course there is. What we're talking about is the dictators, the puppet show. Like, why do we need now? Just why do we need what is religion? But I'm about to tell you what it is. The highly organized stuff. The very now I'm going to point at Christianity. You will not find more closet atheists in your entire life. In fact, you know, atheist. You don't. People think that you claim to be an atheist because that's your choice. It's like no, now that's a weird religion. But really, no. It just means that you're at heist. You have been disconnected. It's just a version of somebody that has been disconnected from of their not sensation, but what I mean is connection to spirit. Spirit. Spirit will come in. It's a beautiful relationship that you would have within and without, right? You have your electrical system, you have your nerve endings, right? These are going back to the I am, and we talk about the baby that we don't throw out with bathwater. That first responders, that first responder, that of course they're going to get all hot faced and crying and the way the little baby does. They have to figure out, like, and their spirit guides are probably helping them, right? Of course, they're saying, well, no, it's okay. You see, you want to listen. You don't want to just fold under and start screaming. And you can see that, with newborns. You can see them going through so many array of emotions. I can't even imagine what's happening nowadays for them, right? But they have their guides, really. It's their inner guides. Very, very, they are, if you think about it, little tiny infant, little sweethearts. They are, like a whole different species or kind of the human organism. They are just very small, and they have a whole different language and uh, social positioning, disposition, right? We're not even talking about, like, entitlement arrangements. It's more like, what makes most sense is to water the low parts and to nourish and bring up and fan along the lower parts. Lilith, the conjunction, the south node, that's a big thing. Venus meeting that with that arrangement. The south node is dealing with it's a drag to the past. It needs to be looked at, and then, because that's the only way you kind of move forward towards. Now, it's with the Libra, Aries. The reason why it's coming up is this eclipse season happening, and here we come. I'm going to be dragged into this. Talk about dragged. Concern, subject matter of the Venus and Mars. Mars and Venus. Aries and Libra. It's just like anything but men and women, please. Aren't you sick and tired of those clowns? I am. I think that they both can become human beings, and so can an American. And whatever says that I am a, are you a human being, babe? Two types here, and did you notice the school here? Look at my videos. It's the videos that are coming out that I'm making in my. What is happening, man? I need to, bear with us all. With Pluto moving back into Capricorn, and then with that me, right? I have Neptune opposing my Venus, but then we have that was just in the sky, and if you don't, baby, have you noticed the raggedy ass fucking humanity out there? It doesn't matter how much fucking money they make, especially how much money they make. They are wearing, if they didn't just dress up, man, with, they're wearing their badges and their regalia, and they are the very most like, just tattered and impoverished fucking. I mean, I'm sorry to bag on the state of everybody right now. It includes me. It's like, why do we go on and on like this, like feeling uh, really, when you just step back and look at it, I'm not saying like, for no reason, I don't understand anything. No, look at the waste that's happening, like how that, well, okay, I'm trying to keep my car, I guess, but see, a lot of people, see, right now I just realized it's like, no, babes, your car is near 20 years old. You're going on it's a 2006, but this you're in 2000. You can't stop. It's going to one more year, a couple more years. It's going to be 20 years old. It needs work, and well, God, I need to change my life. I need to change my car. I need to get real about. See, this is the thing about you got to change your life, kind of thing. Is that you want to get on a timeline that is not the past, right? You don't want to hang on to the shit that's crumbling around. You want to like push off and lift off to the um, forward motion of yes, where what's the vision coming in? You see, a lot of people don't realize this lifestyle of getting visions, and there is how you become accustomed to the feeling of that's how I'm going to move forward is through my visions. And it's not you producing a darned project, projecting. It's more like, oh, there is a God and there's guides and I'm fine. Just go with the flow because if you do the math and you're a good-hearted person, really good things will start happening for you. It's hard at first. It's hard all the time. But you have the last laugh or the last purr or vibrational frequency kind of thing that says, oh, look who's left standing without really fighting. You don't fight, you just hold ground. And then see, time alone, time is going to tell who was open and who is living in heaven and who is living in hell. You heard that song? And so thanks for listening to this. I'll make it a little longer, and this will go up forward into September 9th. You can see a difference. Some of the videos that I'm recording is when Neptune and Venus were opposing, and I've been going through, see, that was happening in the sky, but, and I'm Venetian ruled, see. My planets is very, astrology is very complex, and you can get a final signature kind of a vibration, and I've determined that mine is a Venus conjunct Mars. In that trip, there is a Pluto infusion because of the way that there's a 6 and 6 Pluto opposite my ascendant. I was born that way, and then Pluto was conjunct my Sun and Mars. And see, Pluto is like there to stay, and Pluto is well, we all know about Pluto is the guru. People don't know that. It's God. It's the truth. There you go. Well, Scorpio, those scorpions, what is all that celebration of Halloween? Really, the way you celebrate Halloween, it's coming up, right? Not a bad thing to talk about because that's the next, I mean, that's the holiday that we have fun with there. That it used to point at witches, the skeleton, death, and what's going on with the Frankenstein monster and really the vampires, right? Vampires and ghouls and goblins and all that ugly stuff. What is it? Well, what is Scorpio? What is embodying? Like, what does it represent in astrology when you look at the big book? All the scary stuff that the truth really feels like it really is, especially what is more horrendous or like, terrifying, but what happens when you ignore the truth, really the circumstances that happen from having ignored the truth. There's where you have, like, it's out there, kids. Look out. It's looking pretty freaking gnarly. And not even if, you see, it doesn't have to be that imposed like that, that because you can't seem to lift your foot up over the curb as the truth. The curb is the truth, and you are something that should have a profound responsibility. After a while, you know, God will make you feel that way. If not, then you're gonna get a kick in the fucking ass. I'm sorry. You should lift your feet up because you're gonna stub your toe and your nail is gonna bend back and you're always gonna be getting injured in the same place. And we all are guilty of that now. It doesn't have to be that it's your toe and your nail that's constantly getting owie. You have that, see, isn't there that subconscious platform, um, your mind that thinks that anything, because I'm here to tell you that there's a place beyond mind where, you know, meditation will enable you to listen to a whole different aspect of life that's beyond mind. And then pretty soon your mind begins to get accustomed. There's foreseeing. There is, well, there's certainly not fear. See, fear is a whole different life, a whole different life. And now I come up with the media that fear would have. It's kind of trippy because wouldn't it say, "In God we trust"? If this is the same video, I would like for everybody to deeply consider. See, I see it very plain. I'm taking 18 minutes to say nothing, and I should have gotten concise and to the point about religion, particularly the Christianity thing. And first of all, you don't know the words that you're saying, and second of all, if you listen, okay, it was a story. The story would go that that person warns us of the complete and total deception that will happen across the board. Includes not knowing a story or a metaphor from the actual feeling and experiencing. See, but because all of it's metaphorical, really, all of it, the entire life that we're living. I think I try to mention how we really don't know what's going on. You know, we only have so much time here, and do you know that I can hear in such a way? I have audiographic memory, and there is an overwhelming thing happening that I'm saying it more and more now with the last 3 videos, but it's about this world, the world, how it's set up, what's going on, what's really behind it, what's really behind it. You know, you keep peeling your onions and you start looking at what's really behind it. And it's just in plain view, it's obvious, so much so, um, it, it's like now I just got the view of the Ten of Wands in tarot, or the Ten of Swords. These are hard cards to get, or the Ten of Pentacles. But no, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords just means that you are carrying a fucking burden on your shoulders. You have been stabbed little by little, 10 times. It didn't take just one stab, it took many different small pecks, and you finally just went flat down, all 10 swords in your back. And Shauna, what's your point now? Can you get to sleep? Sure. Sorry about, I guess I'm apologizing, you know, for not being as refined as we could, but did you know that we are going through something that is like, it's just a blast from the past? We are supposed to feel very deeply from the inside out. How do we render ourselves vulnerable to our own conditioning that disables our abundance? Say, like, what I mean is, yeah, it keeps us, well, it keeps us away from, like, well, sorry, I'm not making sense. Getting away from that patterning that kind of keeps us truly miserable. See, we know we're in patterning here. I mean, sun comes up and down at the same time. It's so timeable. For 2,000 years, we know where the planets are going. It's weird. Talk about boring. And you getting back to that, like what's in plain view, but nobody wants to talk about it or acknowledge, like, boy, did you notice how you better, from within and without, make it better because something about this plane says that there's nothing new under the sun, kind of thing, right? Like that. And so, what you gonna do, Rich?